friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Speaking of Disney, this is a collab, and I was inspired as far as my recipe choice by something that I frequently get whenever I'm at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and so I thought it would make the most sense to do for this video, because when I think candy, when I think the holidays, I can't help but think of the candied almonds that you can get at Disney's Animal Kingdom in the Africa section, and that's because we go, or try to anyways, thanks COVID, we used to go to Disney every single year around the holidays, and there's nothing like the smell of candied almonds in the air to bring me right back to that place. This is in fact a collab. It's hosted by Tiffany of Small Town 6. She's been challenging us every month this year, and even last year if I'm not mistaken, to cook with different ingredients or to follow different themes every month, and this month we're doing a candy challenge. So like I said, candy, we're in December, I've always got Disney on the brain. All these things just kind of made sense, and so I decided that I was going to show you how I make candied almonds. It's extremely easy, I dare say foolproof. It comes together very quickly, and it's not only a great sort of appetizer or like snacky treat to have after any holiday meal, but it also makes for great gifts if you put them in cute little decorative jars. So this is something that you can easily make a few batches of and send them off to your kiddos' teachers, give them to your co-workers, or even just bring them for a potluck. Now, because this is a collab, there's a playlist, so if you check out the description box of my video, you're going to find a link to Tiffany's channel, and you're also going to find a link to said playlist, so you can see what all my other friends made this month for their candy challenge as well. So now that I've set it all up for you guys, let me show you how I made these candied almonds. As always, my friends, we're going to begin with our ingredients for our cinnamon candied almonds. We're going to be using a 1/4 cup of salted butter. So I have my old standby here, the Miyoko's cultured vegan butter. It's my favorite kind to bake with. We're also going to need a 1/2 cup of water, a cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon loosely of cinnamon. The recipe calls for a teaspoon, but you guys know I'm just going to go off and eyeball it. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 14 ounces of raw natural almonds. You want the raw kind because you don't want anything that the almonds have been processed with to get in the way of the flavorings we're using. I'm going to prepare a cookie sheet by lining it with some parchment paper. You could also use a silicone liner if you have one, and this whole recipe is going to happen on the stove in a saucepan. So I've got this large non-stick saucepan, and I'm going to combine the butter, water, sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla in this pan. I want to bring everything up to a boil. I'm going to have it at about medium-high heat. And I am going to be using a timer throughout the video so you guys can see whereabouts exactly things start to happen in my pan and with my stove. Obviously your mileage will vary, but I hate when recipes are vague and they just tell you to like, oh, move on to the next step when blank. I'm not sure what blank is. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Give me a timetable, even if it's just as a guide. So that's what I'm trying to do for you guys here. So I'm just stirring everything together right now, trying to get it combined. And we're going to, like I said, bring it up to a boil before we add in our almonds. So now that the almonds are in our liquidy mixture, the recipe says to stir constantly. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I stood here and stirred for 10, 12, 15 minutes. I walked away, etc. But I did come back and stir it pretty frequently. Remember, this is sugar we're working with, and we're on medium-high heat. It can burn, and you don't want that to happen. So you're starting out with a liquid. This is eventually going to cook down to a thick syrup. Do not lose hope. Do not get impatient. Very soon, all of the liquid will cook out, and what you're going to be left with is just a sugary, crunchy sort of mixture that sticks to the almonds. This could take between 10 and 15 minutes. It depends on the depth and width of your pan. This is how long it took for me. And so once the water's boiled all out and you're just left with that sugary, crunchy mixture on the outside, you want to immediately pour your almonds out onto the prepared cookie sheet. I added a little bit of salt just because I love a contrast with my sweet and my salty. Once the almonds are cool, they're ready to serve up in whatever vessel you so desire. All right, friends, there you have it. I told you this was super, super easy. And now that you've got this recipe in your back pocket, it's really easy to vary it up. You could use pecans instead, or maybe even walnuts. You could use peanuts and kind of see how that changes things. Maybe even make a mixed nut situation with the same candy sort of recipe. I'm sure that'll be a big hit. And actually, if you'd like to see a different sort of spin on this, last year I made pumpkin spice candied almonds for a Friendsgiving gathering. So I'll post that recipe up here in case you'd like to check it out. But I really hope that you and yours enjoy this super simple recipe. If you try it for yourself, I'd love for you to come on back and let me know how you liked it. And remember, before you go, to check out that playlist that's in my description box so you could see what my friends made for their candy challenge this month as well. I want to thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope that you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching, and happy holidays! Bye!